Hello, today we are about to give you an overview of the book of Nehemiah. As I thought I did earlier, and as I looked through my slides, I noticed that I didn't. Well, Nehemiah was a layman. He was not a priest like Ezra, and he wasn't a prophet like Malachi. He served the Persian king in a secular position before leading a group of Jews to Jerusalem in order to rebuild the city walls. Nehemiah's expertise in the king's court equipped him adequately for the political and physical reconstruction necessary for the remnant to survive. Under Nehemiah's leadership, the Jews withstood opposition and came together to accomplish their goal. Nehemiah led by example, giving up a respected position in a palace for hard labor in a politically insignificant district. He partnered with Ezra, if you remember. Ezra was the priest, who also appears in this book to solidify the political and spiritual foundations of the people. Nehemiah's his humility before God, and you can see that especially in chapters 1 through 9, provided an example for the people. He did not claim glory for himself, but always gave God the credit. If you want to really understand Nehemiah's book, I would tell you to always give God the credit. And if you're wondering where the book starts at, it starts out in the Persian city of Susa. Later that year, Nehemiah traveled to Israel, leading the third of three returns by the Jewish people following the 70 years of exile in Babylon. The previous chapter of Ezra describes the earlier two returns. Most of the book centers on events in Jerusalem. The narrative concludes around the year 430 BC, and scholars believe the book was written shortly thereafter. Nehemiah is the last historical book of the Old Testament. Although the book of Esther appears after Nehemiah in the canon, the events of Esther occurred in the time period between Ezra 6 and 7, between the first and second returns of the people of Israel. The prophet Malachi was a contemporary of Nehemiah.